So I have a few thoughts on the whole gluten-free trend. Well, first of all, I should point out this is a vegan leather jacket, so no, I don't wear leather. But so I have both sort of positive and sort of negative thoughts about this. Um, so I do think it is a trend. There are people out there that do it just because they heard it's bad, or they think that they have problems with gluten just because they're kind of I think they assume a bit too much, and a bit of it is in your head. You convince yourself that that's what the problem is when it could be anything. Um, and sometimes I do feel bad for those who actually have celiac disease because I feel like it's kind of making light of that problem. Like, I have a really bad eyesight. I have contacts in right now, and I've been wearing glasses since I was about 7. And there are people out there that like wear glasses just for a fashion trend, and that's really rude. Like, this is a horrible thing that I have to deal with, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And here you are, just like turning it into something that is trendy, and that's wrong. So I do feel like that a bit with those who are gluten free, because there are people who do have celiac disease who have to be gluten free, and I just feel like it's kind of making light of that. But on the positive side, I feel like it probably gives them more options, because now that it's popular, brands are like capitalizing on it and making things gluten free or advertising that they're gluten free. So those who do have that problem probably have more options now than ever before, and that is a positive for them. Plus, it kind of lets people be more creative and play around with plants and see what ones can make things that were previously like things that have gluten in them, and I think that's also a positive. It's kind of like how I really like how there's all of this stuff where people use plants to turn things into what was previously made out of meat, or whatever animal product, like aquafaba. That's You can take the liquid in a can of chickpeas or other beans and whip it, and it makes an egg white, and you can use that for all sorts of things like macaroons, meringue. People have started down doing divinity and angel food cake, and just like anything that previously seemed hard to make because you needed egg whites, you can now do that because you've utilized plants and made them into something else. So I think that that's good for that sense too. And I've tried some gluten-free stuff, and yeah, I wouldn't really think of it as being gluten-free if I didn't know that already, and that's kind of cool. It gives us more options for food and more ways to turn plants into other things. So even though it can be a bit annoying, it's not all bad. And I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect me either way. Even though it is like, I wish people would stop following trends. But yeah, those are just some thoughts I have that I haven't really heard expressed anywhere else. You mainly just have people who really hate it or people who just follow it, but yeah, there you go.